A new Cold War is brewing in the Caribbean. Infant dies in auto accident. And work at Burpee's port ongoing. I am Enrico Beaufort, and this is Uncut News. Do you see news happening? Send us a tip on WhatsApp at 592-659-6151. A new Cold War is playing out in the Caribbean. The United States is pushing back against China's expanding financial presence in the Caribbean, with the U.S. Embassy in Guyana aggressively promoting American companies and their guarantees of value for money as compared to the Chinese. The U.S. is also providing assistance to the Caribbean through a mix of cash, advice, and private sector investments, as well as government-to-government/regional assistance through various departments and collaborations and all the other various means of getting money from their rich persons to our rich persons. Most of Guyana's huge government infrastructural projects are being awarded to China and India, but the United States is building the gas-to-shore energy and natural gas liquids plants, which is by far the most expensive investments in Guyana's history. Meanwhile, our government says that the United States should not be worried about Guyana's close relations with China, but should work respectfully and attentively with Guyana to preserve the vitality of its friendship with the U.S. You know, that sounds nice and it sounds like a non-aligned thing to say, but I just really wish our government's actions would follow their words. Just saying. Meanwhile, the United States Export-Import Bank signed an agreement with Guyana to finance non-oil and gas projects up to $2 billion, and American companies are now investing in significant projects in Guyana, as previously stated. U.S. Ambassador Sarah Ann Lynch has been prioritizing attracting American companies to invest in Guyana and has engaged with small and medium-sized companies, resulting in successful investments and deals, according to the ambassador. While there are still barriers to investing in Guyana, investors are still nonetheless interested in spending their money here. And finally, in terms of political news, the president has rejected the United States' offer to facilitate talks with the opposition, stating that he did not need someone to broker a conversation between the two. The president said that if the opposition leader, Harvey Norton, reaches out to him, they could have a conversation, and if he also admits to election improprieties of his party. The United States had offered to help broker bipartisan talks on Guyana's development, but the president ruled out the need for such brokerage because of the aforementioned issues. Now for crime news. 35-year-old businessman and apparently part-time sociopath Raymond Rupnerine has finally been charged with murder after allegedly beating customer Mark Brothif to death with a hammer following an argument at a betting shop in Baltica. Rupnerine has been remanded in custody until the 29th of September after being released just days ago on $1 million bail on the recommendation of the DPP. It's a different justice system for the rich, just saying. A two-vehicle collision in Georgetown resulted in the death of 10-month-old Zainad Boyer. The infant's father was reportedly speeding and lost control of the vehicle, colliding with another. The drivers and two passengers were injured and are currently receiving treatment, while the infant sadly passed away whilst receiving medical attention. The incident is currently under investigation and both drivers have been served with a notice of intended prosecution.
Attention truck owners. Between potholes, bad drivers, and high fuel prices, you've got 99 problems to deal with. But with Powered Automotive, your engine ain't one. That's because they stock high-quality parts and spares you need at prices you can't beat. Visit them at Lot 491 EE Eccles or call or WhatsApp them at telephone number 6970171. Save big on truck parts at Powered Automotive, the #1 heavy-duty truck parts store in Guyana.
Tired of waiting on hold, tracking down a delivery driver, or carrying cash for your food orders? GT Eat is here to make your life easier. Guyana's first cashless food ordering and delivery app. Choose from Georgetown's top restaurants, pay securely with your card, and get your food delivered right to your doorstep. With the convenience of being able to order from your phone and the added feature of tracking your order, GT Eats is the ultimate solution for all your food needs. Download the app on Apple and Android stores and start ordering the easy way today.
The body of Hassini Mak A 13-year-old boy who drowned at Kumaka Mines was found floating in the upper Demerara River near the western side of Kumaka Beach. The boy had gone swimming with 4 other children and 2 adults at the time when he drowned on Tuesday last. 29-year-old pork knocker Chris Carew was arrested and charged with the murder of Kerwayne Linsford Duig and was remanded to prison until October the 30th. According to reports, Duig was beaten and chopped to death during an altercation with 1 man and 2 women. 2 individuals, Ron Reed and Nigel Dundas, were found guilty and sentenced to 4 years in prison with a fine of approximately 1.6 million Guyana dollars each for possession of over 100 cocaine pellets amounting to approximately 1.084 kilograms with an estimated street value of $1.2 million. Now for today's oil update. Tullow Oil will sell its operating interest in the Orinduik block to Echo Atlantic Oil and Gas, with Echo Atlantic taking over as operator, as previously stated. However, the government has finally confirmed its approval for the sale, and Echo Atlantic has made an initial cash payment of $700,000. The agreement includes contingent considerations linked to specific milestones, including a $4 million payment in the event of a commercial discovery, and a $10 million payment upon the issuance of a production license from the Guyanese government. Echo Atlantic subsidiaries now hold a 75% aggregate participating interest in the Orinduik block, and the company is seeking new partners for the project. And finally, CGX Energy has aligned with the Vice President's recent remarks that the Berbice Port project is not being constructed as a deepwater facility for Panamax-sized vessels due to Guyana's current cargo capacity. The project is being constructed in phases to meet the nation's existing cargo capacity, and the first dredging will accommodate all vessels supplying the oil and gas sector and all cargo-related vessels currently entering the Port of Georgetown. CGX is looking forward to accommodating rice and sugar exports, as well as the importation of fertilizers and consumer goods, and is in complete alignment with JAGDEO's identification of cargo from Brazil, which is crucial to justifying a true deepwater port in Ghana. But just as the Vice President stated, this port is not a deepwater port.
It might not be robbery season, but the streets are still mean. That's why you need to get security for your home and business through Sheriff Security Service. Sheriff Security offers well-trained guards, armed and unarmed patrol, marine patrol, canine services. These people even got drones. Why? Because your security is their highest priority. You've seen the rest, now hire the best. Hire Sheriff Security Service today.
Now for our Uncut News Views Poll Question of the Day. Every day we pose a question about current events in Ghana, the region, the diaspora, and how you feel it relates to us. This time I ask, if you were in JAGDEO's place, what would you spend all this oil money on?
But before we get to that, I'm proud to announce our latest addition to the Noble Army, Richard Singh, who is supporting us at the reporter level, the highest level of monthly support we've received so far. So thank you, Richard Singh. And also, a special thank you to David Griffith, Dion Nascimento, Project Zero, and Dimitri V. I appreciate you all. And if you're watching at home and you'd like to support our movement, just hit the link in the video description.
Folks were real talkative today, so I might have to summarize some of the answers. Dopamine says pay reparations to the PNC for their injustice to Afro-Guyanese. I'm not being sarcastic. As long as the average Guyanese is getting help, I'm happy. I don't care what the justification. Lash says they've been waiting for a question like this. The first thing is massive upgrades to the childcare infrastructure. A lot of Guyanese women can't work because they have to stay home and take care of children. Talking about daycare, free transportation, everything to give assurances to women that they can work to be able to do so without worry. I like that. A massive campaign against cultural employment. The same effort and money we spend on electoral campaigns, we need to sensitize folks on meaningful opportunities they can take advantage of and instill in them a desire to work. Not hating on the cannabis, but too many of our young men prefer to burn joints and rather look for meaningful work. I agree. Also includes promotion of opportunities that are free to Guyanese. For example, did you know that you can be a certified heavy-duty driver of the Board of Industrial Training in 6 months for free? No, I didn't. So thank you for that one. And the third one, port facilities. The government's already doing a great job of roads, but the land of many waters is lacking in the wharfs department. Oh, I agree, for sure. The ability to traverse this nation through its rivers needs to be studied, especially since access to raw materials is becoming increasingly difficult due to all active projects we have. Got more, but I hope MUT is paying attention. Y'all got policy options. I am taking notes, and I will surely pass that on. Sadie Wilson says the government should reopen the aluminum plant so we can process our own bauxite and provide the people of this country with more jobs. Also think about stabilizing the country's food, water, and security housing. Casson says healthcare, so when you go to a public hospital you don't have to be waiting hours to be seen by a doctor. Education. Infrastructure, where every road is paved and government buildings are not being held together by rusted nails. And security, where we can protect ourselves from foreign and domestic threats without having to rely on outside help, i.e. from the Yankees. Indeed, I agree on that one. Malcolm Archer says they'd ease poverty and pain among the masses, like what the government did in Libya. And finally, MJ YouTuber said that they'd spend a lot of money towards unbiased and proper education reform in the nation, such as philosophies and critical thinking, psychology, and formal debate classes. And the education reform would play a decent role in resolving many of the problems the nation faces, such as racial tensions, ethnic aligned voting, lack of proper qualifications, community literacy, lack of innovative thinking, just going on and on. Honestly, sorry to cut you off there, but I agree with you 100%. Now for tonight's question. If we are currently experiencing the Cold War 2.0, I want to hear from you. What are some ways we as Guyanese can show that we are truly non-aligned this time around? I want you to think about that question. Tell us in the comments below. If your response is good enough, you just might feature it in our next episode. Anyway, that's all the time we have for tonight, and check us out tomorrow for another. Until then, I'm Nico Puffwood saying good night, folks.